Excuse me. Me, I always bring my stuff in. Why is she changing the rules on me? So she. Yeah, okay. I know this one asking me yesterday. What, the owner of the building? Nobody gonna touch it. No, somebody stole my stuff. I shopped in Brooklyn and told me to leave my stuff outside, and they stole it. That's too big. We don't have no space for all that. You know, because the last time they did it to me in Brooklyn. Last time. So, Brooklyn, here, no. The guy told me to leave my stuff outside and stole my stuff. No. So if you guys are trying to get me angry, because this Trump is killing foreigners, and you think as a Nigerian you can get me killed, you're not going to be arrested. If they steal my stuff, because this is what they do, they get you angry, they steal my stuff to make me angry. And can I have your name? Can I have your name? Martha. Okay, you can't incite riots. Someone has been posting online that people are going to be trying to incite riots. So they're trying to get me angry through any means. I was shopping in PLS store yesterday, checking cash store, and the Spanish woman kept giving me debit cards in the wrong name. She wasted my time for like 3 hours. So it's like they're setting up a rage base. Whether my stuff could be stolen, I could get angry. They said that a black guy was shopping in Target and was so angry, was kicking everything. So it's like they're trying to get me robbed so I can be angry and the police can come and shoot me dead. That, I was causing trouble. So they said this is what this America is not turning into. People are taking advantage of this Trump killing foreigners. And they said he also made a statement that people are going to get killed. And it's that was a guy, this Trump administration alive, and then they said he always puts his enemies on a hit list. And they said there's a guy called Pretty. He's a male nurse like me. I was a male, I'm not a woman. I used to work as a nursing assistant all my day. And they said the Department of Homeland Security killed him. His name is Alex Pretty. And they said this Trump always uses incites riots. Even Biden was trying to put him in prison, so he started a riot that almost got Nancy Pelosi killed because they were trying to certify the election, on 2020. And this Trump told his people to go, told his supporters to go and fight like hell. And they said, so I'm experiencing people. They said this Trump has a hit list. I used to go to his hotel in Atlantic City, and he duped me in his hotel. I won money, and they didn't pay me the money I won. And in 2011, they called the police to chase me out. And a U.S. senator called, what's his name again? Mark Kelly in Arizona. Said they found evidence that he was duping people in his hotel in Atlantic City. And they said they want to prosecute him and impeach him this year. So I'm a witness, and nobody's. And I guess people don't believe the best way to get rid of this Trump is to get someone like me killed. So they're using Africans as pawns. I love Spanish people are trying to get me killed. I was shopping at the PLS store in Manhattan, 34th Street area. And this Spanish woman was misspelling my name in the debit card. I said, this is fraud. And I tell you, you're misspelling my name. She told me I should pay another $5. She's going to correct the misspelling. And I'll give her another $5 and she wouldn't correct it. So some Spanish people think she looks like she might be from the Dominican Republic. This one looks like she might be from the Dominican Republic. So for society to believe we kill that we Africans and blacks are lower level than them, and if they get us killed, this country can end up, in a riot, and they can get to remove this Trump. Because this Trump is going to deport everybody eventually. I can't really shop in peace. I'm looking at, because I don't know why all of a sudden I shop here all the time, and they always allow me to bring my stuff in. So it's like this woman's trying to incite a riot, and I always notice anytime something political is going on, I can't shop it. They'll find a way to harass me. They'll change their rules on me. They'll start hiding things I buy. I used to come here and buy this soap. What's the name again? I used to buy soap here. I can't remember the name. It's an antibacterial soap. Everybody used to tell me it smells good on me and stuff. And all of a sudden, they stopped carrying it. They stopped carrying it. Especially the flavor I normally get. Dial. They said dial. It was like coconut smell. There was one fragrance. They had one dial. It was coconut fragrance. And they used to sell it a lot. Yeah. And as soon as I started buying it, somebody was telling me, "Oh, that soap smells good on you," and they stopped carrying it. Because the number one insult we Africans get, we Africans, we don't smell good. So I'm under FBI surveillance since I was arrested by immigration. My mother brought me here. So they used to carry a Dow soap here. This is the Lawless store by Chambers and Church Street. The Lawless store by Broadway and the Immigration Plaza. They let me bring my stuff inside. So why they all changing the rules on me? So I can't shop in peace, and because the people follow me around and say they're going to burn all my stuff, steal all my stuff. So I normally come here and buy soap and stuff. I also buy exfoliators like there's a hand cream I normally buy. But no, I don't even have peace of mind to shop. I don't want someone, you know, somebody was advertising online. There's this Nigerian nurse called Zini. She was like, go get the hand cream with retinol. And they say now, so that the FBI is watching my online. The FBI is watching my online videos. They said the Department of Homeland Security is watching people's, especially if you criticize Trump. And it's like the Department of Homeland Security is trying to get me killed with this French woman. So there's a Nigerian nurse called Zini. She always talks about me. She always talks like, oh, there's a war between Nigerian Americans and Nigerians. My mother, Adora's boy, I killed her, for money. So I believe the FBI saw me watching this lady's post. She was like, go get the hand cream called retinol to help you. Because my hand is always haggard and stuff. So they have been expecting me to come here to buy the hand cream because they sell hand cream here called retinol. So they've been expecting me to come. I believe they told that woman to get me angry. So when I come, tell me to leave my stuff outside. And they may have hired thieves to steal my stuff. So we're going to get this person killed. As this Trump is saying, somebody's going to get killed soon. It's not going to be pretty. So the last time I came here, they had the retinol hand cream. And I noticed they don't seem to have it anymore. And my mind is just, because when they did something in Brooklyn, there was a store in Brooklyn, not the same exact store. And as I used to shop there, they used to let me keep my stuff inside. And one day I went there, Giuliani was talking on the radio, and he was making all this weird, he's friends with Trump. And I went to that store, I was listening to Giuliani. I wanted to buy a radio, because the radio I was having wasn't good. And he told me, leave your stuff outside, leave your stuff outside. And the black American guy came and said he wants to buy a radio or something. Okay, what is going on today? Usually I'm the only one that buys AM FM radio. The black Americans don't really be buying radios. And when I went back outside, that store was located on, I think, Parkside Avenue, I think Flatbush Avenue and Parkside Avenue near the Q train. When I went back outside, they was already stealing my stuff that day. So they had a retinol cream. They feed that cream. So this is a real, it was right here. It was right here. It was looking. I bought some of their creams. I didn't buy the retinol cream. So before I could come back and get it, they've already hidden it. So I guess they just want to be provoking me. Because they said if you're poor in America, the law enforcement can just get you killed. So they said this Trump has a hit list, and it was saying somebody's going to get jumped and killed soon. So it's not going to be pretty. So it's going to happen fast, and it's not going to be pretty. So it's like they're trying to provoke me and get some of their people to just jump me. So the Congress is investigators. The last time they jumped me like this, I was criticizing Trump also. They had a guy slap me, and the police came and jumped me and stole my green card, locked me in the mental ward. So anytime, so I think this Trump is so excited about being able to kill the Iranian leaders, Ayatollah and the other guy. I don't know how to pronounce their name very well. So now I'm shopping. but my heart is, it's pounding. I don't want them to steal my stuff. Because they tell me they don't want the MTA also. If we don't want all these homeless with their garbage. And this time, they used to bother me at Stanley Ferry. Say garbage. They used to tell the security guard to tell me, your stuff is garbage. It's garbage. Don't come here with this stuff. And soon Trump started running for president. Said these immigrants are garbage. And they said, he freed America from being prosecuted. He said needs a regard for immigration work. And even the federal prosecutor said, Trump shouldn't hire regardants for immigration work. If he needs someone for immigration work, there's so many people not criminally compromised. At that time, the Biden administration had already charged the regardant with getting bribery from Turkey. At that time also, I was suing the NYPD, and there was a black American gang telling me, we're not going to let Africans like you win anything. And there was a black American helping me regarding the person that killed him. And around Eric Adams' office was the borough president, and there's a black American guy that used to follow me around, sexually molesting me, harassing me. And people, anytime I try to use the bathroom in the train station in front of Eric Adams' office, people will call the police will come and throw me out of the bathroom, like they were trying to kill me in the bathroom. So I'll go in front of Eric Adams' office around 2019 and said, please stop harassing the NYPD. I said in Ohio, and John just became mayor, and in Iowa, the election undocumented immigrants have driver license. I said New York should welcome us foreigners also. So there's some staff member of Eric Adams' office who said, get out of here, we don't want you in our neighborhood. I'm like, you guys are very hostile, and you're trying to incite racial and ethnic war in Brooklyn. You're the borough president's office. And you're all jumping Africans, so you don't want Africans in your neighborhood. And they had a guy follow me around, he was a black American, and he was showing me his penis and be harassing me. And one day he followed me to a store with some black Americans on Fulton and Franklin as I was eating in a Chinese restaurant, and the people said, we're going to start killing these Africans soon. Oh, okay, see, they hid it. They hid the restaurant. It used to be right here. So definitely they're trying to confuse me so that I could go and post online and claim they hid the retinol soap cream from me. There was a Nigerian woman called Zini saying the retinol cream would help you. Because a lot of people, when I'm begging for money, they always stare at my hand like, because my hand is rough, and I guess I'm a woman, and people are used to having women with nice hands in America, So this Nigerian nurse Zini was like, all of you go get this retinol cream. It does wonders, it makes your hands soft and supple. So now remember this time as a retinol cream. Yeah. I remember they had a retinol cream, and I grabbed it the other time. I guess the FBI seen I grabbed it. I was like, I don't have enough money, I'll come back for it later. So this Nigerian woman was like, all of you, go get the retinol cream to help you. And before I could come here, they've already told that Spanish woman to incite a riot, tell me to leave my stuff outside, and to get my stuff stolen. They have black American gangs following me. So, but the one I saw the other time was better than this one. This one is too big. I don't like buying things that are big like that. I don't have enough space. My bag, The one I saw the other time was in a smaller container. I think it was in a smaller container like this. But if I can't find the other one, I guess I'll buy the bigger one. So they're making me shop in panic. So the FBI criticized Trump a lot, and they're hiring some Spanish people to jump. I'm a Nigerian, and I believe these Spanish people believe if they can get me killed and a riot starts, they can use my death to stop Trump from deporting Spanish also. So there's some Spanish people that's been attacking me. Yesterday I went to shop in a PLS check cashing place, and this Spanish woman kept giving me a debit card in the wrong name. I'm like, why you keep spelling my name? And she told me to pay another $5. She's going to change the spelling, and then she would. she would misspell it again. And she made me wait like 3 hours in that store. And she was like, she doesn't want to help me anymore. I called her headquarters. The guy on the phone said she was speaking with her. I said, she's just tired of helping me. I should come back some other time. I should go away and come back until another day. And she's tired of helping me. No. So there are often Spanish people. Some of them appear to be like maybe from Dominican Republic, I don't know. But they're darker skinned, but they're still Spanish, They say some of them don't like. I don't mean to sound xenophobic, but it's just some people from the Dominican Republic, they don't like blacks, they don't like Asians. They treat the Asians in their country bad also. So I don't know if this is this is part of their motivation because I'm a dark-skinned African. They say they put Asians in cages and deport them across the border. Yeah. So they want to keep me looking ugly and make you look like I'm a dirty smelling African. So if I buy it, I noticed this store in particular, anything that's nice smelling, if I buy it, there was a time I used to buy the Dow soap here. It had like coconut oil in it, and it used to smell so nice. Anytime I use alcohol, so homeless, anytime I use that soap, people will be looking at me like, look, your body smells so nice. Please tell us what soap you're using. Yeah, the one I saw the other day was 99 cents also. It was retinol cream. 99 cents. And I went and hit it. So the price gouging me. Now I gotta spend more money. Go for 99 cents. So, because that Nigerian lady, her name is Zini, on Instagram. She was like, cause I was born a boy, I'm not a girl. But people be looking at my hand as I'm begging for money, because I guess they're not used to women having rough hands. So my hand is still rough. So I guess they are just watching me as I'm on Instagram. And they're trying to help Trump kill people like me that criticize Trump. Even on this Senator Mark Kelly, he was telling the law enforcement in America, said, don't obey any legal order from Trump to get anybody killed. And this Trump started responding to that Mark Kelly, said, don't you dare try to tell people to disobey me. I'm going to kill you for insurrection. And I've contacted this Mark Kelly also doesn't contact me back. So I said, Nigeria, I'm the least priority for anybody. I said, they're just waiting for me to die and see if they can just see if people are going to react and then pawn my death to free other people. So they've turned America into a racial prejudice society, an apartheid society. But the Spanish people are trying to get me killed. I criticize Trump. And I used to just let me bring all my stuff in here. How do I change all the rules on me today? So I believe this Nigerian nurse, her name is Zini. She's on Instagram. She was saying, go get the retinol cream. Go get the retinol. And the last time I came here, like last month, I wanted to get it. I was like, you know what? I didn't have enough money. And it was in a small container like this. And by the time I came back here, they now sell in a bigger jar for $3.99. And this one has vitamin E. I don't know if you like vitamin E. In my product, I've been posting online in years past. I don't like vitamin E in my product. So so they took the one that doesn't have vitamin E away. The retinol cream doesn't have vitamin E. I brought this one that has vitamin E. So please, this is serious. There are people trying to get me killed as a Nigerian, and they believe they can just feed me off for their movement, and get the whole country to riot by killing me as a Nigerian Christian sister. Hold on. Hold on, don't scan it here. I just want to buy two items, not three. I want to see which one is better. How much is this one?
99 cents.
But the bigger one is how much?
$2.99.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We used to have this in a smaller bottle also. Could you help me find out what happened to the smaller bottle?
Smaller bottle might be finished.
For 99 cents? You remember that?
It might be finished.
I remember you had one like that in a smaller bottle. I'm so distracted right now. Okay, you know what? Leave this out. I'll take this one instead.
Just one?
Yeah.
Just these two?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm so distracted, I have to pay more money.
433.
Because the government is so angry. So if I solemnly swear on the United States federal laws and other relevant of the U.S. Constitution, I'm seeking non-conditional, I solemnly swear on the United States federal laws and other U.S. laws and other U.S. Constitution, that what I'm saying is true to the best of my knowledge, remembrance, and belief. And I'm seeking non-conditional charitable financial donation to my cash app and what's homeless, and or student loan with interest rates similar to the one U.S. government charges students in America to go to college, or the one that commercial banks in New York City charges students. And I'm not looking for marriage. I'm not looking for surrogacy. I'm not looking for membership in any sex cults or gangs, whether social, sexual, or religious. I'm not looking for prostitution. I'm not looking for master-slave relationship. You know, in case I die or I'm killed, only civil activists like me that have not denied me of the past should administer my estate and grant justice to me and my late mother, and donate the rest of my assets in charitable financial donation to those servants in the people like my late mother and people being deported by Trump to protest for assistance. You know, and no one should make a movie about me in case I die or I'm killed. I'm very guarded about my image. And could you help me put it in a bag? How much is the bag?
42 cents.
Okay, I had the 42 cents. So I'm very guarded about my image. And like I told the U.S. immigration when I was in immigration prison, in 2000, that I'm introverted. I don't really like to talk about my life unless I'm under duress. So they said they were going to send me back to Nigeria. Said my father was abusing me in Nigeria. They were gonna go back. And they said, "I tell anybody about it when I was abusing." I said, "No." They said, "Like, why not?" I'm introverted. I don't really talk to my family about things I'm going through. Unless my life is under threat. And, even now, I don't talk about everything about my life. I just talk about certain things, So I don't want nobody to make a movie about me unless I'm alive and want to participate in that movie and direct it, because nobody will know about my life. I don't really talk to anybody, whether so-called friend or family, about my personal life. I only talk about general stuff. So the only thing they will be able to do is go through my social media to, and that wouldn't even be the full me. So I don't trust anybody to be able to do a movie about me accurately. I'm very guarded about my image. Let me just pause. Alright, so I think you see what is going on. That she changed on me, flipped on me. You always used to let me bring my stuff in here. And what's your name?
Eddie.
Okay, I think you told me that. And what company do you work for? Your security company?
Lawless. We work for the store.
Oh, so they hired you as a security.
Yeah, y'all security together. Yeah.
And I don't give you guys problem. I've been shopping here for years.
I know.
During the COVID, remember I was shopping here.
Yeah.
I never stole anything.
You always used to bring it all here.
Thank you. God bless you for being kind. Thank you. So they hire some Spanish people to be the FBI. And there's another lawless store I used to go to in front of Immigration Plaza, Federal Plaza. And the last time I went there, last year, they said, there was a Chinese guy, was the supervisor. I was saying somebody's going to miss the Super Bowl. They're going to go in away, and by the time they come back, to take it over. And they were all laughing. So I was like, what do you mean somebody's going to miss the Super Bowl? And I wouldn't say nothing. And soon I went to use the bathroom down the street here on Chambers and West Broadway. And they found me on 14 November 2025. And they found me with some police and dragged me on the bathroom so I stole something. So this guy, let's not some of them are working with the feds and they're setting up people to be killed. I'm in Nigeria, I was born a male, I'm not a woman. And then the number 14 is not to my mother's birthday. Molali, my mother said that daughter was moving a narcotic gang. As soon as me and my mother was suing the NYPD and we were about to sue the immigration, said that daughter was moving a narcotic gang. I was trying to kill my mother, poisoning my mother with like synthetic marijuana or counterfeit poison. I killed my mother, drugged her, killed her. My mother fell to a hospital from Pennsylvania, came here back to New York to go to a hospital called Bellevue. The drugs went there and got that dragged into the psych ward. After putting my mother in the psych ward, my mother died. there with a horror looking at it like, they said that hospital when they're trying to put you inside one. They inject you with a drug called ketamine or something like that, it's sedative. And that ketamine causes heart attack. That's a white American sitcom star Matthew Perry. They said that he was abusing that drug also because that drug causes, it's a psychiatric medication but it causes him to get high. And he relaxes down, and they said that guy died in his heart attack in the shower after injecting that ketamine. You know, so the FBI, they said this stuff has a killer list, a hit list. They said the Department of Homeland Security is monitoring Instagram. Even there's a lawyer that said, I contacted that lawyer, didn't respond back to me. I believe his name is, I forgot his name, but it's his Instagram account username starts with L something. Hello, don't touch my stuff because people always try to rub their body on me. They said in France, people were claiming they were getting bed bugs for touching it during the 2022 Olympics there. So during the COVID and 2022 Olympics, so they were getting bed bugs from touching other people's properties in the airport, And since then, anywhere I go to try to touch my stuff, that's how much I keep my stuff in there. And how's that barricaded for me? That would not speak about me, And they always try to get me under while shopping. There's a black American girl that told me they're going to kill me like George Floyd while he was shopping. Like, whatever bad thing happens to black Americans, they're going to do to Africans. They're going to make sure we don't get justice. Even around 2019, I used to go to 4th Street to beg for money. Every time I tried to use the bathroom, Eric Adams was the borough president. And every time I tried to use the bathroom, the person coming into the bathroom and throw me out of the bathroom. And I used to go to the front of the Eric Adams office on 4th Street, opposite the train station. The women's bathroom, I used to go and say, please stop mistreating us, the Africans in America. I said, and then Trump just became mayor in Ohio then, they turned Ohio. And I said, they're letting undocumented immigrants have driver licenses in Iowa. I said, whoever's calling the police should be dragging me out of the bathroom while letting black Americans to in the bathroom. I said, this is discrimination. I said, wherever you are, you're going to be caught. So stop doing that. I didn't know it was Eric Adams doing it. He was trying to get me, and he was sending these black Americans, gang to follow me around. And one of them would be sexually harassing me, naked in himself, and grabbing his penis, and taunting me and stuff. And one day I went into, and he would follow me all the way from 4th Street to Fulton and Franklin, many, many blocks. 4th Street is called like Broken Heights. I mean, that's what it's called. Fulton and Franklin is called Bed-Stuy. I'm like, how was this guy able to know where I'm at? They said this is Eric Adams. His father used to work for the police department, but he used to be in prison. When he was 12 years old, he was prostituting women and beating them up with his gang and stealing their money. And then they took him to prison where the police beat him up. He was spewing blood in prison. And he came out of prison and joined the police force. He said he was started abusing people in the police force also as his revenge for the way he was treated, beat up in the prison also. And then he became mayor after that. So they say he has friends in the FBI due to his law enforcement background. If you're under FBI surveillance, the FBI will tell him about you. So he was sending a black American gang to sexually molest me. The guy will be grabbing his penis naked in himself and taunting me and stuff, and follow me around from Broken Heights to Bed-Stuy when I'm sitting in a Chinese restaurant by the sea shuttle train. And I was eating, and he came there with a bunch of black Americans and said, these Africans are going to kill all of them one by one. They think they can come to America and enjoy silver after they shoot our ancestors. So it's not going to happen. Since South Africans are already killing people like them also from Nigeria. Yeah. I started following me around. When you follow me to Pastor Park, and look, stop following me around. We're going to get you soon. Don't you worry. And try to went back to Pastor Park train station. Fire. They brought a smoke bomb and there was smoke everywhere. So in the bathroom on July 20th. Just like this guy at Park they're going to get me soon. They brought a smoke bomb into the bathroom. There was smoke everywhere. And I was coughing. I was recording everything. I said, I'm going to post this online. This is terrorism. As I fled the bathroom, and they brought a gang member to the bathroom with me, and then so the MTA workers say no justice, no peace, no peace, And I know every part of the church, and that's what they said. So I'm like, okay, well, the terrible Christian workers, that's what they see. Justice Ghana was his mother is part of our Shopton church also. And Eric Garner killed me. Eric Garner was trying to help me sue the police. The court can CV 5052. Even another black American helping me at that time, Michael. I met him on the street also the same day I met Eric Garner. And he followed me to the police station to go give the police my court case papers. I fought against them for taking my home without a court order. The court case was filed in Brooklyn Federal Court. It's 13 CV 5052. And as soon as that Michael went into the precinct, it came out. It told me gave the court papers to the police in the prison. I said they were harassing him, rough handling him, and they were threatening him. He said it's not going to help me anymore. I was afraid those police are about to revenge. So when I met Arugana that same day, and Arugana said it's going to help me, and they went and killed Arugana weeks later. And they paid the Arugana family a lot of money, and said that they're not interested in getting that police officer arrested anymore. They dropped the criminal charges against them, said, there's no evidence. And, so, and then Eric Adam got rewarded, became mayor, and he was sending the police to try to kill me. They started saying they're going to be locking up homeless in the psych ward. This is how they killed Eric Adam. They said the police said he was crazy, selling cigarette, and they said they wanted to take him away to the mental ward and told them no, and they choked him dead. So the Eric Adams, when he became mayor, is close to the Ashapton and the Eric Adam family, and they were trying to kill me also, I guess, to win more money, because at that time, Eric Garner said was going to help me with my lawsuit against immigration, and I guess they feel, after they get me killed, they can then sue U.S. immigration and claim the U.S. immigration sent the NYPD to kill Eric Garner for helping me. Said the FBI was trying to help the U.S. immigration avoid the lawsuit. Because the U.S. immigration arrested me as a child, said my mother's green card didn't cover me. And I was told, years later after the case was over, that they shouldn't have arrested me, that they have an order signed then that, if a green card holder brings a child here, they shouldn't arrest the child, they should just give the child a visa called humanitarian visa. So they discriminated against me because I was a black person from Nigeria. Even I was talking to a U.S. immigration agent that became a lawyer. He's not based in California somewhere. He said he wouldn't be able to represent me because it charges a lot of money to travel across state lines. But he said while he was working in New York City, so he had a number of people that arrived before me and my mother arrived with their children from Europe. And the parents who have green card, the child would have a green card. And he said they never used to arrest those children. They used to get them a humanitarian visa. So he doesn't understand why the U.S. immigration arrested me. So it's just a racial thing because I was from Nigeria. So the U.S. signed a law that it won't separate family members. So if the mother has a green card, they will allow the child to stay here. With a humanitarian visa to the child gets their own green card also. So my mother had a heart attack during my immigration case, and she finally died. Our own daughters killed her because they believe they can take out the money and certain times money they kill her first, so that they would take the money from the state and sue the U.S. immigration and sue the NYPD for taking me and my mother's home also. So so I guess to sign a deal with my mother's daughters, because my mother said her daughters are moving with a killer gang also. This I regarded them last year on the 14th of November. As I was using the bathroom, they surrounded me with 7 police officers. They were all like mainly Spanish, and they were choking me, banging my head against the wall. Said I stole something. I didn't steal nothing. It was just a setup. And they chose on 14th of November to do that, because my mother's daughter killed my mother one of them birthdays on the 14th. Her name is Bolani. And since then, I saw her walking past that train station. As soon as this incident happened, so I guess she's sending a message back to the killer NYPD that killed this person and with your gang. And I saw her, So since she killed my mother, I used to ask her for money, and she told me she doesn't have any money. But I've been seeing her come with from Pennsylvania to surround me in this neighborhood. I don't know if she involved with the ICE also. She was born in America, and they said when ICE is investigating you, they sometimes hire family members. Because I'm trying to sue them, so they're trying to sue them like that. They're trying to find ways to deport you or whatever. So I guess they're trying to set me up for my mother's death. Because, when I had my immigration case, my mother and her daughters always try to get me locked up in the mental ward. Because the daughters told my mother to just lock me up in the mental ward and abandon me there. So my mother used to call the police on me and say I lied to them that that I don't like to go to work, I don't like to go to school, I'm depressed. And the police would then take me in 2000. As soon as I arrived there, the police immigration arrested me and released me and told me to come back to court. So our daughters was telling my mother that she should just frame me up as crazy because my mother said she couldn't afford all the lawyer fees and stuff. And I couldn't work, I couldn't go to school, so she was giving me money for food. And my mother was working as a homemaker, earning $6 an hour. So she and her daughters concocted a plan. So anytime I'm home, my mother would just call the police that this person is depressed, doesn't like to go to work or school, and they would take me to the St. Vincent Medical Center on Castleton Avenue near our house. And I spoke with the Indian doctor there, or Sri Lankan. I told him I'm not depressed or crazy. My mother's just making up lies against me because I have an immigration case. I'm not allowed to work or go to school. I'm still a teenager. So that Indian doctor told my mother, the next time you call the police wrongfully on this child, we're going to lock you up in the mental ward yourself. So my mother stopped doing that. So one day she tricked me. So and then she got the landlord to kick me and my mother out, to kick us out on the street. So we're staying in a hotel. And my mother then told me to come with her to Pennsylvania for one day. And she, she didn't pay the hotel fee anymore, so I didn't have no choice. Under duress, I followed her to Pennsylvania. And when I got there, one of the girls hit me with a car and called the police on me. The other one, Polani, called the police. Florida hit me with a car. And it was another setup. And they told the police the same thing, that I was crazy, I don't go to school, I don't go to work, and I was violent, I had the weapons on me. So I came all the way from New York to attack them. I was telling the police in Pittsburgh, no, my mother kidnapped me from New York and brought me to Pennsylvania because she's tired of taking care of me. And the police didn't believe me. They went and locked me up in Mercy Psychiatric Hospital in Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh. And I was telling the doctors there that I'm not crazy. My mother and her daughters are the ones lying on me. So I have an immigration case. I need to go back to New York. And they kidnapped me from New York under false pretense that I was just coming to Pennsylvania for one day only, and I would go back to New York with my mother. And they hit me with a car and left me stranded. I said I have a court case coming up in a number of days, and the hospital said, they talked with my family, and they all told them I don't have any court case. I'm just imagining, say that they told them I don't have any immigration case at all, that my immigration status is fine. So I called my immigration lawyer in New York. His name is Rav DePeto, and he spoke with the hospital. I do have an immigration case. And the hospital they told me they've never seen any case like this, where a family would try to get their family member deported and locking them up in the mental ward so they'll miss their court case. And they told me to just seek therapy in the future, that this is just serious. But it didn't arrest my mother's daughters or my mother. And 14 years later, this was 2001, the daughters drugged my mother. My mother fled from New York back to Pennsylvania because the police took her home again and she was homeless on the street. And he said while she was in Pennsylvania, the daughters were trying to kill her, hit her, cause her to get involved in a car crash. The daughter, Flora, drove her in the backseat of the car and went and hit somebody's house. The ambulance had to be called. Then Flora's husband would try to punch my mother. Then he did that for Bolanish. Then my mother fled to Bolani's house, because the police told my mother she can't stay with her Flora anymore because the Flora and her husband don't like her. And they didn't arrest them for, abusing my mother. So my mother fled to Bolani's house. And that Bolani would leave snow on the floor anytime it snows. And my mother said she would almost trip on the snow. And somebody came to visit that Bolani and tripped on the snow. I had to be rushed to the hospital. So my mother said she started shoveling hard in snow. Even though my mother has a heart problem, she started using the shovel. My mother said she almost have a heart attack. And she said that Bolani knew she had a heart trouble. I was trying to kill her so she could inherit the money and make it look like the homelessness. The NYPD subjected her to cause her to have a heart attack. So what if she be shoveling hard in snow? And then this daughter would poison her further so that she would die early. So my mother fled to New York and the daughters showed up at the hospital. My mother didn't know how they found out what hospital she was in, but the daughters told me they were calling at the hospital in New York and they told her, the Bellevue told them she's there. So Bellevue negligently gave my mother's information out to our killers, which is against Imperial law. A hospital is not supposed to share your information with anybody. And the nurse went there and told us to drag her to the psych ward. And my mother was refusing to go to psych ward and they stabbed my mother dead. So this is what is happening. I'm a Nigerian and people are jumping me everywhere. And I was using the bathroom on Chambers and Church, and the police came and arrested me and choked me in the bathroom so I stole some of this thing. And since then, that Bolani, they arrested me on the 14th of November 2025. Our birthday is on the 14th of August. So I guess she said, they're trying to kill me and have I inherit all my money because I don't have a child. I'm not married. I share with the Black American that Ricardo works for. You know, so she's been coming around this area. I guess to send coded message that she's down for the plan. So as soon as they chopped me in the bathroom, I said they were going to lock me with the mental ward. I told them no, I'm not crazy. And they said they took me to their prison, the police prison down the street from here on Canal Street. Soon down, Molly came, I started seeing her in New York City. Coming around me. So what they're doing is they don't have more via surveillance. So the Eric Adam and my mother's daughters, they're sending messages to each other by just coming around me. He also came around me last year. And I said, sir, can you help me, Eric Adam? And he ran away from me down the street there. So they follow me around because I'm on they said the Department of Homeland Security is using satellite cameras, just like they were able to use satellite camera to locate where the Iranian leader was. I think that was name is Ayatollah. They said America has satellite camera. So this Eric Adam and my mother's daughters, I believe they have informants in the FBI that tell them where I'm at, and they'll just walk past me, and I guess people in the FBI watching the satellite camera will now share the information, so they don't really talk to with each other, they don't have each other's phone number, because, they say, because that Eric Adam is also under federal surveillance, so they say they're phone tapping him, so he can't really use his phone, so what they do is to talk in code. So I guess they're conduit or whatever, the middle guy they have anytime, I guess to show they're done with the plan. My mother's daughter will walk past me, and then Ricardo will walk past me. So this is how they communicate with each other. So go ahead, tell your police to kill this person again, try to kill this person again. To show I concur. They just be walking past me. And the person watching the FBI satellite camera will now share, agreements that they're in agreement. They said, because it's so easy to prove a conspiracy case, especially if you have each other's phone number and sending text messages to each other, say, I concur, go kill my brother, So what they do is to be walking past me. And Ricardo will walk past me. My mother daughter will walk past me. And I guess how they're communicating with the FBI agents. Said, no, do it again. So they be, So as soon as my mother's daughters walk past this area, soon after the police arrested me at the bathroom down the street. So their hitmen are trying to kill me in this area, street. So they marked this neighborhood for killing. My mother's daughter used to stay in a hotel there, in a fancy hotel, Four Seasons. She used to dress so fancy, and she used to lie to me. My mother was alive. She used to tell my mother she doesn't have any money. As soon as my mother died, she stole my mother's party. She used to stay in a Four Seasons. So I'm being watched by the FBI, like the way they were able to kill Ayatollah. This America has satellite camera. I was in immigration prison. I was born a boy. I'm not a girl. So my mother daughter is an American citizen. They hired her. I'm trying to sue immigration for arresting her wrongfully. So she sometimes stay in a hotel down there Four Seasons, opposite the street from the Corporation Council. When the police kill somebody, the New York Corporation Council are the one that hires the lawyer to defend the police officer that kills the civilian, and then they'll pay money to the family member. So it's how they're communicating with each other. Showing they're all down with the plan. So they have their hitmen. So the way that this woman was harassing me, telling me to leave my bag outside, if I didn't record everything, they will send a thief to steal my stuff. And while I'm angry, they'll call the police on me. Say this person is disturbing us, say we stole their stuff, and the police will just come and taser me. So this is an attempted killing. And this Trump also said, it's using innuendo, says some people are going to get killed. It's not going to be pretty. It's going to happen so fast. So there's a guy called Alex Pretty. I'm gay. I was born a boy. I'm not a girl. There's this Alex Pretty also was a male nurse. And they said the Department of Homeland Security killed him. He was protesting against the Department of Homeland Security. So this one is going on. So please, this Trump administration is to be under investigation. Like Senator from Arizona, U.S. Senator Mike Kelly said he has information that this Trump is trying to get law enforcement to assassinate certain people, and he's telling those law enforcement and U.S. not to do it. And Trump issued a rebuke This Mark Kelly said he's going to kill Mother Mark Kelly for trying to tell people to disobey his instruction. So this is for real. Please enter Mark Kelly and the Nigerian nurse Zini that was, telling people to buy retinol hand cream. My hand is all. I was trying to buy, I don't know if you Nigerian nurse Zini, if the FBI also, their agents are able to communicate with you. I don't know what kind of connections you have. You're a Nigerian nurse. I believe you're not an American citizen. You're based in California. You were talking about this retinol cream. That so try it, ladies. And I've been wanting to buy it. And based on your advice, I decided to come and buy it finally. Cause I really don't like retinol. It's not my choice really. But I heard about it before. The last time I wanted to buy it also, but I was like, I didn't have enough money. So I was like, I'll buy it later. Because my hand is always dry. And by the time I came back to buy it today, they price gouged it. So it was 99 cents. The last one I saw the other day was 99 cents, and it was retinol cream like this, was in a small jar. So I because sometimes I buy it, I don't like the cream. That's why I like to start with a small bottle. Because if I don't like it, I just throw it away. But now they took the small bottle away. So please, this is for real. And this Trump, it was issuing a statement within the past 24 hours that some people are going to get killed. It's going to happen so fast, and it's not going to be pretty. So I believe he's communicating with his killer gang. A U.S. citizen called Alex Pretty. It was born a male like me. I was born a male. I'm not a girl. I used to work as a nursing assistant, home health aide type stuff. They said the Department of Homeland Security killed them for protesting against the Department of Homeland Security. And they said the Homeland Security are watching Instagram posts, and they must have saw me. Said I saw the video by the Nigerian nurse Zini telling people to go buy retinol. Go buy retinol. It's good for your hand. It's good to make your hands soft and supple. Because a lot of people be standing at my hand when I'm begging for money. This is her profile. Her name is Zini Ibebe. I don't know how to pronounce her name. She's a nurse. She's an attorney. She's like, she does everything. I don't mean to the condescending way. So she was talking about the hand cream. I'm going to try to find the post. And I was trying to do online nursing, and she was saying online nursing is good. It's good. So I'm trying to find a video about hand cream. I don't know if she's deleted it already. I think she deleted it. Or she put it on a time restriction. I should have said be my patient. So they've been trying to lock me in the mental home or mental ward. So, and they said they can just inject you with a drug and say you are causing problems. So she's been wearing a poster, be my patient, So the last time I was criticizing Trump, they locked me up in the mental ward, stole my green card, and NYU Psychiatric Hospital on July 20, 2019. And since then, Trump rewarded Eric Adams. I think Eric Adams was behind that because I used to go back for money in front of his office. He was the borough president of Brooklyn, and they used to chase me away. And when I tried to use the bathroom in the train station across the street from him, they would got the police to throw me out of the bathroom, and I would say, please stop, you NYPD, stop abusing Nigerians. I say in Ohio, a Nigerian just became mayor. I say in Iowa, they let undocumented immigrants have driver's license. And soon I went to another neighborhood in Brooklyn called called Bay Ridge. And somebody was sending black American kids to be spitting on me. That neighbor beat me up, and the police there told me, we don't want you in Brooklyn. We're going to hurt you and take all your property if you keep coming to Brooklyn. And I called 911, reported to the Internal Affairs Bureau, and the black American police officer answering the phone was hanging up on me, saying he doesn't understand my accent. So, and she's been, you wearing orange uniform, I think she's aware that they're trying to arrest me and lock me in the mental ward, and they have but they have to find an excuse to drive me crazy. They said a number of blacks that get killed, they get killed while the police is putting them in the mental ward in Brooklyn or anywhere in New York City, and the police use excessive force and kill them. So that post where she said people should use retinol cream, she's removed it, but she must have put it on a timeline for it to self-destruct, because you can you can post messages and put a timeline on it for it to self-destruct. So this is what is going on. So as soon as the police arrested me in 2019, they stole my green card and locked me up in a mental ward called NY Psychiatric Hospital. I heard the head of that hospital is friends with Trump's son-in-law, Kushner. And then soon after that, Eric Adams went to Al Sharpton's church on my mother's birthday, January 20, 2020, and say, you need to go back to Ohio. You outsiders, you're not going to welcome in New York. Go back to Ohio. Go back to Ohio. Say New York is for us, real New Yorkers that have been here for generations. And, and that Eric Adams was throwing jabs at me, seeing that the police had arrested me, stole my green card, and they were trying to deport me because without a green card, I can no longer work legally in America. He said, we need you, and they used to put graffiti in the bathroom I normally use on 14th Street. Said, die soon, poser. Because people used to make fun of me that I have a fake American accent. And this, Eric Adams also said it. After the police arrested me, threw me in the psych ward on my mother's birthday to throw jabs at me. On my mother's birthday, January 20, 2020, he went to Al Sharpton's church in Harlem and said, go back to Ohio. Go back to Ohio. New York is for real New Yorkers. You outsiders are not going to be welcome. You outsiders need to go back. So we're not going to tolerate your speech. And before he said, they used to put a graffiti in the bathroom on 14th Street, A train station, said, die soon, poser. People used to make fun of my accent. Now my accent is fake. Now I speak with a fake American accent. I'm a Nigerian, and I speak like an American Creole, like partly Nigerian accent, partly American accent. So because I'm a Nigerian, I speak American Creole English, partly American accent, partly Nigerian accent. They say my accent is fake, and because of that, some black Americans want to kill me. Say I speak with a fake American accent. And a lot of immigrants speak American Creole English, which is partly their native English from their country of origin and partly American English. Even there's a country called Liberia, a lot of them, they were descendants of black Americans that were taken back to Africa, and their accent is also Creole, partly American English and partly the English of the native people in that Liberia. So it's not unusual for someone to speak an American Creole English. Even the slaves, when they arrived, they were speaking Creole English. They were saying things like "wanna, gonna," So this is what is going on. And so the Guardian newspaper in England interviewed Eric Adams right away. So you're saying outsiders are not going to be welcome in your New York City. New York City is for people like you that have been here for generations. People need to go back to where they came from. And Eric Adams clarified what he meant. He said instead of all these people that come and take advantage of the opportunities and don't want to share with our people, said they need to break bread with us. So apparently they stole my green card, stole my ID, so that they can have me into prostitution. And they were having a guy who would be showing me his penis and stuff. And I guess they were just trying to lure me to marry a black American, so that, and they make sure I can't get a lawyer. Even if there's a lawyer called Benjamin Crump. He works with the Rigona family, and I've been contacting him before I was arrested. My green card stolen, that my mother is killed, a black American helping me, Rigona is killed, and the police took my home. I told him he's going to help me. He said I should keep waiting, he's going to help me. And while I was waiting for him to contact me back, the police came and arrested me, stole my green card. And I've been contacting this Benjamin Crump, and he has not helped me. It's been 6 years now. I've been contacting him. I look, sir, you told me to keep waiting. You're coming to help me. And apparently they don't want to help me directly. They want me to marry a black American. And they was having this black American guy come around me, showing me his penis and stuff. And this Eric Adam told the British newspaper that what it meant was by you outsiders, we're not going to welcome you. So he said what it meant is people need to break bread with his people also. And then in 2020, they lock up all the bathrooms in the train station. I have diarrhea to make me poop on myself because they were trying to lure me to go home with some of the train station workers. I'll tell them no, I'm not looking for sex or whatever. At the time it's cool, come on with us and stuff like that. I'm like, no, I'm good. So the train station lock up all the bathrooms in 2020. So, and I couldn't find a bathroom to use, to force me to go home and be having sex with the train workers and for them to marry me and stuff, so they can get some of my lawsuit money. So they lock up all the bathrooms for 4 years, so that the train station worker could take me home and have sex with me. The train station, they lock up the bathroom for 4 years and I have diarrhea. So I was begging people on the train, so I'm from Nigeria, to lock up the bathrooms. And nobody, I said, can I come to your house? I'll pay you money to use the bathroom. And then a guy came by 2 hours later. He told me, I was at the Yankee Stadium, 6th train, 4th train. So I went to the prison, so I'm about to poo-poo on myself. Can I come to your prison to use the bathroom? And the police looked at me and said, no, don't come here. Don't come here. So this guy showed up. I said, I come to his house. I said, well, thank you, sir. He told me he's Asian American. It's not black American, it's Asian American. He said he was born here. And we go to his house. I told him I'll pay him money to use the bathroom. He was like, fine. So when I got to his house, he told me, he wants to get married right away. I told him, no, I'm not looking to get married. I said, I'm worth a lot of money, potentially. My mother was killed. I'm trying to file a lawsuit. I said, so I can't really just marry anybody. And I'm not looking to marry anybody. I don't want to be killed for money and stuff. And he held me hostage, was raping me, beating me up. And he told me if I ever flee, that the police will kill me outside. And so I should stay his hostage. So I called 911 eventually. After he kept me hostage, he was raping me. The guy was raping me and stuff. And I called the police. And they threw me out of his house. They wouldn't arrest me. They saw the blood on my face. They took a picture of the blood on my face. And I told them, there's COVID outside. And, Governor Cuomo signed an order, executive order, that, wherever somebody is, the police can evict them. Nobody can evict them. They should allow the person to continue to stay there. It's called shelter in place. And I said, they should just arrest the guy for punching me or warn him to not bother me anymore, or process me to a domestic violence shelter. And the police said, we're not going to help you with nothing. And they threw me out on the street. So they were helping the guy to punish me further. And since I've been on the street, the police have been trying to kill me, like the guy said. So a guy in the Bronx took me home and raped me. So the train station, they're trying to traffic me. And, so this is crazy. And there's this black American train worker also. I see him a lot also, and he's been saying somebody's going to get killed in the train. Say, his name is Tramel Thompson. He's the vice president of the MTA. And this is crazy. And I see him a lot on the street. I tell him, so can you help me? He tell me I should send him a message online. When I send him a message online, I always put a disclaimer. I'm not looking to marry you. I'm not looking to marry anybody. I just need help. And he will post a message saying he got to get paid. He doesn't work for free. So, before I got arrested here, he was posting messages online, showing an ambulance. I said, stay out the building. Stay out the building. And was showing an ambulance, So I didn't understand what it meant. But I know anytime I go use the bathroom at the Target store, there's a Target store down the street, or from West Broadway and Chambers, there's a Target store down the street. Anytime I use the bathroom there, they'll be set up the fire alarm. While I'm in the bathroom, I normally go there to use the bathroom around 10:30 p.m. because they close at 11, and I believe the bathroom will be freer because it's just 30 minutes before closing and I have diarrhea. I always buy my diarrhea medicine there to keep, anti-diarrhea medicine there, and I know anytime I go there, they'll set the fire alarm, while I'm in the bathroom. The fire alarm will come on, bang, 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 so to rush me out of the bathroom with my diarrhea. And when I go downstairs, they'll bring the fire departments and the police and everything. I said, why are you guys doing that? They told me we're just doing a fire drill. I said, that's against the law. for you to be doing a fire drill and be calling the police and the ambulance. So people have been telling me, be careful. They're going to lie on you that you're doing drugs in the bathroom and get you arrested and kill you in the bathroom. You know, so this guy put a post before I got arrested at the Chambers Street station. So he works for the MTA as the vice president. I don't know if he's gay also or whatever. So he put a post, says stay out the building, and he put a fire ambulance sign. So I thought he was telling me to stay out of the Tiger store bathroom, but I noticed when I try to use this train station, Chambers Street, station number 2 line, 1 and 2 line, they always bring the police and stuff to harass me. There's an Indian worker there. As soon as I said I support Mandani, she always comes and kick me out of the bathroom because I support Mandani. And she said she's calling the police on me, saying I'm not a real woman. I told her, I don't have to be a real woman. I said I'm a transsexual. The New York law allows you to use the one. Said no, she doesn't like transsexual. And she was telling me, don't ever come to this bathroom. I'm going to get the police to arrest you. She told me she doesn't like transsexual. So it's not up to you who you like. They say it's the law, you have to obey the law. So she doesn't care. So when this guy, he works for the MTA also, when he says stay out the buildings, so I was confused. Does it mean the Indian woman bothering is going to come, or the police arrest me here on Chambers Street, or does it mean Target store? So I thought, I was like, it has to be the Target store. So I kept going to the Chambers Street bathroom, and they'll bring the gang members to say, motherfucker, your doodle stink, and they'll call the police on me, say my doodle stink, say the police should come and arrest me for my doodle stink. And I would speak with the police, and the police would be laughing. Says that if they tell you you're doing this, then don't go there, go somewhere else. And they have no right to be telling me I can't use the bathroom in America because I do this thing. And the police will be acting weird, so we're not going to give you a police report because somebody, threatening to call the police and arrest you, say you do this thing. Say that don't go to that station no more, find another station. If somebody there say they don't like the way you do this thing, I'm like, they always harass me every station I go to. And the police wouldn't give a police report. Say, are you okay? You need psychiatric help? I'm like, excuse me, police officer. I said, I was in the bathroom on Chambers Street, and somebody said they already called the police on me saying I did this thing. And I ran over to the bathroom, and I came and waited for you at called 911 also in front of the Immigration Plaza. And then, and then you surrounded me, I said, are you the one calling 911? And you drove by me and parked your car. And when you said, are you the one that be calling 911? I said, yeah. So why you call 911? I said, I was using the bathroom. I supposed they were going to call 911 to arrest me, say I did this thing. I said, this is harassment. This is why I ran away from the train station. The 1 and 2 line, Chambers Street. I said, Ricardo was still mayor there last year. I said, they just trying to arrest me and kill me. And they said, you don't have to call 911 because somebody said they want you arrested because you do this thing. I said, people are telling me they're going to arrest me, my do this thing. I said, I shouldn't call 911. They said, that's not what you shouldn't be calling 911 because they said they're going to arrest you because you do this thing. So next time they tell you that, this guy was also, I always call the fire department, paramedic on me also. It was also shopping, So they have their black American law enforcement with their whites, and they're going to use it as a scapegoat, say they're tired of all these activists that always march against them, and mean from Nigeria suing the NYPD for, so they're following around with their fire department and all the paramedics and stuff. So they're going to lock me in the mental ward and kill me there. They said, so this was last year. So the police was telling me, don't ever call 911 if someone threatens to hurt you that you do this thing. So then don't go to that station, find another station. Simple. That's how you resolve it. Each time they tell you they're going to arrest you because you do this thing, you stop going there. You hide from them. I'm like, this is bullying. And so I said, and the police told me, are you mentally okay? You want us to call the ambulance on you? Because you seem a little, angry. I'm like, and the police officer was acting like it's on drugs and stuff. He said, I love the NYPD. I said, I'm recording you, sir. I said, I'm recording you and I'm going to get you arrested. So I got angry and I left. And they stole that phone and all the memory cards from me. I was shopping at Duane Reade in Manhattan, and the noise security guard also called the police on me as I'm shopping. They would tell me to go and leave my stuff outside on the street. I'm like, no, I can't leave my stuff on the street or outside. I said, no, we don't want your stuff in the shop. I said, no. I said, and they would tell me somebody's still going to steal it. Because I always leave my stuff near the security guard. Because anytime I walk around the store, someone's call the police on me. So I look like I've been hiding something in my breast. So my breast is huge. I said, yeah, I'm a woman, and I put it back there because I hide some of the other phones I have in my bag, in my chest. I said, there's police camera. If I stole something, please play the video of me stealing something yourself. I said, what I have on my chest is a bag where I had extra phones. I've been homeless on the street for 16 years, and I record the police abusing me on the street for the whole 16 years. Some of my phone is water damaged, but I still save it for future court cases. So, by the time, yeah, you have to medicate yourself, you have to search through your chest and stuff to make sure you're not hiding anything in there. I'm like, there's a camera in every section of the store. If you feel I stole something, play the video camera. And then the police officer will tell the store workers, okay, show us the video camera of this person's stealing stuff. And the store worker said, forget about it. I said, no, I want a police report, because they shouldn't have called the police on me, because at that train station, they have the immigration officer. I heard they're arresting immigrants and taking them away to immigration prison. And the police just told me, no, we're not giving a police report. So, I was like, they could do it again to me. Why would you make a false accusation that you think I stole candy and I hide it in my breast? And I said, look, you gotta go to the camera and play the video where you saw me stealing candy. Because they have cameras all over the store. There's no way. And the security guy said, saw me stealing stuff and putting it in my breast. I said, there's a camera every area of the store I was in. So show the police the video camera. I told the police to forget about it. I said, you're lying. Call the police on me based on lies. I said, this is harassment. And when you make a false police report, it's a felony. I said, please police arrest this security guy. I said, we're not going to do that. And they walked over to the store. So they're bad. I said, so you guys are always going to continue rage baiting me? And I required the honest said, stealing that phone, stealing the memory card. I went back to the store again. I thought they weren't going to bother me. And I left my bag by the security guard. And before I came back, I put my phone in the bag and stole that bag. So they just robbed me. Said, I'm just going to drive you crazy. And we're going to make you commit suicide. It's just a whole lot. And there are people that know what is happening to me and don't want to help me. And they're waiting till I get killed. And they want to use it as a leverage. And tell my killers, bribe us. Because we're going to tell. So I don't know if that's what this Nigerian nurse is doing. Because I've been telling her, you seem to know what is happening to me. Can you please, help me so I can go to court? I don't have any money. And she wouldn't respond. She said she doesn't check all her messages. So I don't know if she's waiting to die or something. And say book a consult or whatever, And I don't know if she's waiting. And she says it's humor or whatever. I don't know if she's waiting till I die or something, and she's going to tell my killers she has all the evidence. You need to pay her up to stay silent. Because she was saying, ladies, go get the retinol cream. Your hair will stop looking dry and stuff. And when I saw the retinol cream here, I went to buy it, but I didn't have enough money. So I came here today to buy it. And the woman said, don't come in here. Just keep your bag outside. I'm like, people always steal my stuff. And the Spanish woman was trying to get me angry. And if I didn't record her like that, if I leave my bag outside before I come back, people take the bag. They did that to me in Brooklyn. They told me to leave my stuff. I used to go to that store shop all the time. They used to let me put my stuff outside inside the store. And the one day they told me to leave my stuff outside when I was shopping, people stole my bag. And as I was telling them, get me call 911, the store was like, they're not calling nothing. And they closed their store and left. And they made me so angry. I waited in the cold. The 911 didn't show up. I was freezing. The store closed their store and left. I said, this is a crime scene. You can't just, leave. I said, I already called 911. The police is coming. I said, and they closed their store and left. And I waited for 2 or 3 hours. No police showed up. I was freezing. So they want to rage bait me to death. So please donate to my Cash App NYC Homeless, or give me a student loan to my Cash App NYC Homeless, or to me in person. I do accept cash in person. In case you don't have Cash App, you can send me a message. Google search my last name and first name for my Cash App NYC Homeless, and send me a message on Instagram or Facebook. Tell me what you need to take cash. I'm not looking for marriage. I'm not looking for sex. I'm not looking for prostitution. I'm not looking for membership in any cult or gang, whether sexual, religious, or social. And I solemnly swear that next prejudice laws under relevant and U.S. Constitution, that what I'm saying is true to the best of my knowledge, remembrance, and belief. And anyone saying they have any secret agreement with me should be arrested for attempted perjury or fraud or attempted murder. I don't have any secret friendship with anyone to adopt any child for me or whatever. So there's a whole lot of them that are aware what is happening to me, and they just don't want to come out. And it's against the law. If you're aware of a crime, you have to expose the crime, because that is called, I believe that's called in felony, when you're aware of a crime and you don't report it. So this lady was talking about go get retinol cream. And before I came in, they told me, keep your stuff outside, don't put your stuff. That woman was trying to get me wrong and get me angry so it wasn't going to shoot me. And just Trump issued a threat that some people are going to get killed. It's going to happen so fast. It's not going to be pretty. And as a male guy that was killed by the Department of Homeland Security, they say he doesn't like the Department of Homeland Security. He criticizes them a lot. And they shoot him. His name is Alex Pretty. He was a male nurse. I used to work as a nurse assistant type work, home health aide. My mother used to work as a nurse. I was born by my girl. They said this Trump always incites riot. The Biden administration was going to have him arrested. Said, when Biden won the election, he was telling the people to invade the Capitol building and fight like hell against Nancy Pelosi, so she won't be able to certify the election. So they said this Trump has a killer list. And even a U.S. Senator, Arizona U.S. Senator Mike Kelly said he's aware, he's got information that this Trump is trying to incite his law enforcement to start killing certain people that criticize Trump. And he said and the U.S. Senator Mike Kelly from Arizona said he's warning all the law enforcement and U.S. soldiers not to obey an illegal order to assassinate anyone. And this Trump immediately posted a message that he's going to kill that Mike Kelly for, he said it's a capital offense to try to cause an insurrection or whatever, to try to get people to disobey the president's orders. So this is what is going on. And there's this guy called Tremaine Thompson, and each time I send him a message, I see him on the street, tell me to send me I said, I've been sending messages, sir, online. You don't answer, tell me to send another message. And when I send him another message, he post, he got to get paid. Because I always send him messages and say, look, I'm not looking for marriage. I'm not looking to bribe anybody. Please help me and stuff. I send it to his email also. He doesn't respond back. He works for the transportation system. And also this guy also is, his office is supposed to investigate police corruption. His name is Jumaane Williams. He has police bodyguards also, but it's also, and I've been contacting him. Each time I contact him and I send a message, say, please, I'm not looking to bribe you or whatever, you do the peace sign. And anytime I go to the bathroom, the police will try to arrest me in the bathroom and kill me. So it's like I'm being held under duress. And like this guy, Tremaine Thompson said, he has so much messages. One day he hasn't read through all his messages. He's going to read through it one day. So I think they're just making up an excuse, waiting for me to die. And then if they feel it's going to benefit them, bring out all my messages and be like, oh, wow, this man was sending us messages and we finally got it. We didn't read it, So even the Nigerian nurse was saying she gets so many messages she doesn't check. So, and that's not nice. And since this is why are getting my messages or whatever, but they just don't want to help me, So trying to hold people for ransom and wait till they die and trying to get a cut of the money by threatening their killers that you got information and they better pay you money to remain silent. That's not cool. So please donate to my Cash App NYC Homeless, everyone, or give me a student loan to my Cash App NYC Homeless, or to me in person. And the interest rate of student loan should be similar to what U.S. government charges students or what commercial banks in New York charges students. Nothing higher than that. I don't want to be price guy. And they always attack me in the morning like this. My mother used to go to a church in Nigeria called Pastor Joshua Church. So in 2015, he was saying, before my mother got killed, he was saying God told him, when you do things in the morning, it's going to be successful. So my mother have been trying to kill her for many years because they stole the money my mother put in her bank account, $100,000. My mother won money in the 80s from lead poisoning in her apartment in Brooklyn, and my mother left the money in the bank account called Hamilton Savings Bank in Manhattan, and she went to Nigeria to come pick me. And by the time she came back, the daughters went into her account before she came back and stole the money for your signature. So my mother said daughters have been trying to kill her since 1998, and they finally killed her in 2015. They killed her early in the morning, told the hospital to lock her up in the psych ward. And so people are now saw that, wow, maybe, so they always try to make attempt to kill me early in the morning. Every morning I'm getting jumped. So I'm not part of any religious cult. I don't authorize anybody to kill me. And they said they're going to lie. I said, I wanted to become like Jesus, to die for everybody, to become rich. So I'm not, in any religious cult, and Jesus didn't ask anybody to die for everybody to become rich. That's how they feel if you're doing it. So when I'm using the bathroom, they'll be shouting, I stand up, sorry. Every kind of when I'm paying them extra money, the managers will stand up, sorry, my husband terminal and stuff. To them $1 million each. And since then, they'll be trying to call the police on me when I use the bathroom. Sometimes the workers there, the security guard will come to the bathroom. I'll be shouting, Jesus, you're here in the bathroom, Jesus. Jesus. A Jamaican woman will be shouting, I'm a Christian, and then there's the other African woman. So every time she sees me, she'll be singing a Nigerian Christian song, singing Hallelujah. So the black Americans say they're going to be killing Africans, that we Africans are going to die to make them rich, that we Africans are brought here as sacrifice. So these Americans started putting money giving extra money to the ferry workers on Staten Island Ferry, and even the hospital that locked me up, they drive me crazy, and Ricardo has given them money. I told them I'm not going to apply for Medicaid because I'm not crazy. And Ricardo said, before I left office, that he's paying money and paying all the hospital bill of anyone that was hospital bill. To encourage the hospital to anytime they want to bring me back there to kill me. So they already paid for my death. So this Ricardo is paying hospitals to kill Africans. So they've already got paid, and so they can just overdose me. There's a drug called ketamine. They said when you overdose, you die. So this Ricardo is paying hospitals to kill Africans. They said we Africans, we're not going to. There's a black American guy. So we're going to be sacrificed. And this Ricardo is part of the Black American church called Shafton Church National Action Network. And this Shafton also was telling people to come and march with him on October 8th. Say, so some of you want justice, but you don't know how to play the civil rights game. Say God will let us play the civil rights game. It's a game. And anytime I'm begging for money, people calling me, Mommy, there's money for you, Mommy. I said, no, I'm not looking to adopt your child, stop calling me Mommy. So when Shafton came to march next time on October 8th, I didn't show up. And it was one, he said, if you don't show up, you're not going to get justice. Come and march, all of you watching this TV show. I normally watch this TV show on YouTube every Saturday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. I watch the weekly, I don't always watch it live. And I didn't want to go march. I didn't want them to take a video of me and claim I'm part of their cult. So this Shafton and some black Americans are forming a religious cult where they believe killing Africans were sent here to be killed, so the black Americans to get reparation for slavery. I don't know where they got that Bible verse from. But I need to Ricardo paid the hospital that almost killed me. In 2019, everyone Chicago hospital, it paid them my hospital bill. Took money out of the taxpayers' money. Said it was paying all the hospital bill for everybody, the whole hospital bill. It paid them like last year or 2 years ago. So I told the hospital I'm not going to pay them, because that's Medicaid fraud. So there's a cult of black American cult. I said they're going to be killing Africans, and they said with me they're going to kill me, and they're going to go lie in court that adopted a lot of black American kids and other kids, and any money I'm entitled to. They're going to make the police kill me in a brutal way. They said it's called ghetto lottery, where people will set up accidents and blame the city of New York and get money. So there's a black American gang, so they're going to be killing foreigners and going to make money. So they said they're going to kill me as a Nigerian, have the police shoot me multiple times like Diallo, They're going to set up the accident, and then they're going to claim I adopted their children, Black American children, and get the money. So there's something called ghetto lottery, where people set up accident and blame the city of New York and sue. So they brought 7 police officers to choke me in the bathroom, November 14, 2025, and I guess to encourage my family members to get in with the program. My mother's daughters that killed my mother called her crazy. One of them is born on August 14. They choose November 14, 2025 to 7 police officers to surround me in the bathroom and slam my head against the wall. So the Black American said I stole his phone. And they didn't find his phone on me. And they destroyed my card, smashed everything to pieces, dragged my card off and down the staircase, and they told me to come to court. And I couldn't make it to court because sorry, miss, you use your booty to hit my bag. Don't do that. Don't do that. And you don't apologize. So there's a camera recording, So they're forming their court and they're always trying to hit me with their booty and stuff. So I'm not a member of any such court with these people. So I'm going to tell this guy to save the video camera. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I'm still outside. I'm documenting all kinds of stuff. A lady hit me with a booty, hit my bag with a booty. So please check the video camera. I don't know what this is about. People are sexually harassing me.
I don't know. Today's not a good day.
Why you say that?
Huh?
Why you say today's not a good day?
Because we might go to World War III.
Oh, you think that's what it is? People
Yeah.
are just looking for trouble.
Everything.
People want to riot? You
Yeah.
think that's what it is?
They want to blow up my hat.
Oh, so they're looking for any excuse to cause problem. So send the video camera. I'm going to report these people to the authorities.
Yeah.
Okay, tell them to send the video camera, okay? A lady just hit me on my back with a booty. Oh, he knows what is going on. He knows what is going on. Sometimes I see him falling around us. He hit the nail on the head. The people are trying to start a riot, and they believe a poor African like me. The people have been telling me I'm going to kill you like George Floyd. So, this is going to bring money to the Black American community. And some immigrants are also joining in. So, so they say you're just a sacrifice. See, please stop hitting my stuff. Some of it may be involuntary, but I just don't want people touching my stuff with a boot because they said, in France during the Olympics in 2022, people were saying when they touch up people's stuff, they were catching bed bugs. Well, when they touch the foreigners' luggage in the airport. So I don't. And people have been telling me I'm going to be killed. And people are going to make a lot of money off of my killing. So I don't want to be killed. And people start saying that they're catching bed bugs from touching my stuff. Or I authorize them to be touching my stuff. And they said some people tell me they're going to go lie after they kill me that I authorize people to do whatever they want to me and take my money. No, I didn't authorize anybody to inherit anything from me. No family member or friend to inherit anything from me. If I die, civil activists like me that haven't denied me over the past should get just for me and my late mother, and then donate the rest of my estate assets or potential assets to those services for me like me and my late mother, and those being deported by trust process for assistance. Okay, no family member or friend should administer my estate or inherit anything from my estate. And so this causes us harassing me in the morning. Even when I'm sleeping, they will say, well, wake up, we're going to punch the eyeball off of your eye. I was on a train, the R train, a Black American king, and was smashing things around. So they don't like me sleeping in the morning. They said, they want to test if what that prophet from Nigeria says. Said, the prophet, me and my mother used to go to his church in Nigeria, Prophet Joshua, said, God said it's going to be approved. God says anything you do in the morning is going to be successful. So they've been trying to attack me early in the morning, get the police to kill me early in the morning. And it's, I don't know where they got this idea from, that God wants them to kill Africans and they steal properties from Africans. But this is our Sharpton Church, National Network. They're saying things like no justice, no peace, no justice, no peace. And people be attacking me and saying that. Say we Africans sold the Black Americans to slavery, and this is why they're going through this stuff, and we have to be the one to die and pay for the reparation through our death. So they're going to get the police to kill me and claim I adopted people's children and get the money. So I guess they may even try to use people from different races then and bribe these people to give them a cut of the child support. I didn't adopt anybody's child. I don't care what race, what color, what ethnicity. So wherever they try to use, I'm single or married. I've never been married. I've never had children. I've never adopted anybody. There's ample space for me to walk. I just don't know why they keep coming close to my bag. I have to touch my bag with their booty. There's ample space for them to walk. I don't know who sent this from, but the camera recording. So I'm at the Lot Less store by Church Street and Chambers Street. So my hands is freezing, and they're trying to get me to have pneumonia. I'm anemic and always catch cold easily. So I've been here without my gloves on. Somebody stole my gloves once. I'm freezing. So I gotta go. I'm freezing. Here, this is what's going on. They keep